Yeah, look at that. That's going to cause a robbing frenzy right there. Kaboom! Oh my gosh. Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It's July 3rd, 2024, and we're going to get started on our honey harvest today. I'm starting a couple weeks earlier than normal, so I got a lot of stuff going on in July, so this is the best time for me to get this stuff off of here. I did some random checks on the supers and frames, and they're pretty much all capped as far as they're going to get. And the ones that weren't, I did a little shake test, and not much came out, and that was a really hot day. And so I think we're ready to go. I got the dehumidifier going up in my apartment over there where I extract the honey, so I'll get them up there and get them start getting the moisture content down a little bit. We'll do some checks with the hydrometer and check them out and see how they're doing. So this year I've got more supers than I've ever had before out on the hives, and I've got more hives now than I've ever had before. I'm like right at 37 hives, I think, and I've got 40 supers out. I've counted them. Now they're not all full, but the majority of them are in pretty good shape. So it's looking like it might be a record year. We don't know, knock on wood. We'll see. So I'm going to use the same method I always do. I'm going to use butyric acid honey robber, and I get this from Man Lake is where I pick it up from, but it's really good. It has a little bit of a unpleasant smell, not too bad. It actually smells kind of like really ripe cherries is what it smells like. And put that on a fume board. So this has a little squirt top I'll put on there so I can put a little stream on there. And I just zigzag down this with the butyric acid liquid, put it on the honey supers. So I'm going to do this year that I hadn't done in the past is I'm going to set it off a little bit so there's a little bit of ventilation. Before I just would set it on there, and some of the bees couldn't get out. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space on there and see if that makes a difference. I haven't had any really bad problems with it. Sometimes when it's really hot out and the sun's shining, you can get too much in there and you'll run a lot of bees and they'll all be out on the front of the hive. So we had a cool front come through last night, and we had about just over a tenth inch of rain, so it's really humid. It's still overcast. The temperature is 78, so as soon as the sun, these clouds pass and the sun comes out, it's going to be miserable hot and humid. It's going to be terrible. Yesterday it was 100. It's supposed to be 100 today. So it's early in the morning. It's about 7:30. Got up early and got out here. I took off work, and I've drank me some water. I'm going to get my water jugs all ready and all that and get going and try and keep hydrated, get my little fans going. I'm going to start on this side because this side is usually in the sun, and with this cloud cover I want to take advantage of that and get as much done here as I can. I'm not going to do this all in one trip. I'm going to do probably 2 days of this and just take it a little bit at a time and not get too hot. So that's the plan. Get it up there, dehydrate it down for a couple days, and then I'll start extracting. And hopefully I can have all of that done by the end of the weekend, Sunday. So we will get started and probably do a lot of time lapse and not a lot of talking. So you'll probably like that. Let's get going. Okay, I'm a little nervous because these hives are just waking up and a lot of bees coming out the front all at once now. This may not be good timing to do this. And they're all congregating up around the supers like they're trying to rob. I just went down the row and smoked around all the supers there. But yeah, that makes me nervous trying to pull that honey super when all that's going on. But I wanted to take advantage of this cloud cover and get this going. Let's get in here real quick. There's not a lot of bees around this one, so just want to give you a quick look at what the frames look like. Try and get my smoker lit pretty good. This is hive 20. Pull on here off the outside. That's usually the last one they'll work on. It's a little bit uncapped there. This side's pretty much completely uncapped. Shake these bees off here, then we'll give it a shake test. There's a small hive beetle. And no liquid is coming out of that, totally uncapped, so that tells me it's ready. And we got bees showing up here. Man, I don't know about this. If I can get that honey robber on here quick, shouldn't be a problem, I don't think. But they're going to be all over in my cart. So yeah, beautiful, completely capped. So it looks to me like both supers are like this. This might be a bit of a goat rope. If it gets to be too much of a robbing frenzy, I'll just shut down. But this stuff here is not going to attract robbers, I'll tell you that. So here's the little fitting, goes on top. Has a little red cap on it. I took that off. Ah, the smell of honey harvest. Okay, that's it. And that's about how much I put in there. All right. Since I got all this flight up around here, I'm hesitant to make the little crack. They're trying to get in there. I'll go get this next one going. Let that sit. This is a hive that is requeening. Had the wildflower meadows failed queen here, then they started supersedure cells, so I went ahead and just let them go on that. So, man, look at that. I do not like the looks of that whatsoever. We might have to shut this down and come back later. I'll try these first two hives. And my smoker's out, of course. Give you a quick peek at this. This one's not quite as capped. Looks like the ones next to it are. No honey's coming out. Golly. It's funny how calm they were when I first got out here. Wonder what it looks like on the other end over here. Let's walk over there real quick, take a look. They may be a little slower to be waking up over here because they're in the shade. No, seeing the same thing here. Doesn't seem to be as much. This number 4 hive here is the other hive that's had the wildflower meadows failure and supersedure cells, so I'm letting that one go. So I got 2 of those going on right now. These look pretty calm here. And then this hive 10 is the one that had the sticky queen that failed, and there's a new queen in there. All right, let's get back around here. Jeez, would you look at that? This is not going to work. These bees need to get with the program, and they need to know this is my day off, and they need to cooperate. I don't have time for this crap. Let's take a peek in here, see if they're moving down. Yeah, it's emptying out. These bees aren't starving either. They have hives full of honey and nectar. So while we're waiting on all that, I'll show you how I put them in here. So I'll stack them 3 high, maybe 4. I have ratchet straps to strap them down. And I put this inner cover over the top that has duct tape over the hole, and it doesn't have a notch on either end. This one does, but the duct tape's on the top side where the notch is. So this will seal the top, and the bottom of the cart is a solid board, so they can't get past that. But that usually works well, keeps them out. All right, smoked them away here pretty good. I'm gonna try and get this top super off. I'm just gonna leave this on there to move it, and then I'll bring it back, put it on that one. That seemed to work pretty good. Man, look over there. This is crazy. It's like trying to harvest in a robbing frenzy. I've never seen this before. I'm usually not out here this early when the bees are just emerging either. This super's about 2/3 full probably. I got this pulled back now so that top entrance is blocked off, and I'll open these up later today so they don't overheat. That seems to be working okay. Again, I'm blocking off that front entrance. This is pulled back, that top entrance. It's a frenzy. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I've seen them start robbing when I harvest before, but never seen them where they're like all over every hive trying to get in. Seem to be making some progress though. Gonna have a lot of bees in my supers when I get up there, so I'm gonna have to do the leaf blower thing. Well, that's pretty. Let me give you a shot of that. Peek in here. Look at that. That's a fully drawn out super. Seemed to be a pretty good year for the nectar flow. At times it seemed like it was just really excellent. So they cut the alfalfa field that's to the north of me. It's I think it's 1.8 miles, right around 2. And about 3-4 weeks ago they cut it, and it's come back up, and it's a little bit of it's blooming again. So I don't know if they'll make it that far north or not, but that's where they need to be going instead of having this crazy frenzy here. Yeah, we're good. All right, I'll stack this, the 4th one, high there. Oh, this one is every bit full. Get out of there. This one has some undrawn frames. Looks like there's 3 to 4 really thick drawn frames in here. The rest of it's not drawn. So I under supered that one, obviously, towards the end of the flow. If I can lift it with these teeny limbs. Jeez. And it's completely full. We'll go ahead. Arg. Yeah, look at that. That's going to cause a robbing frenzy right there. That's covered with honey. So I need to get that away from here. I'll jump on the 4-wheeler with it and take off. Kaboom! Oh my gosh. I really need to clean that up. I think I'm just going to get the inner cover on there and go with it. Let these bees have it that's in there, which half of them aren't from this hive. There we go. And I'll block off this front top entrance again. All right. Sheesh. All right, let's get that on here. This top one looked about 80% full. There was some new undrawn frames in there. And we'll get this away from these hives. So you can see here's an example of running them out. So that honey robber is a little strong in there. So we probably get that off of there now. They'll get it fanned out here in a minute. And I'll head back in there. So I want to stop on this one here for now. Make our trip. And sun is peeking through the clouds. Okay, there's the first load of 8 of 40. 4 more to go. Show you what I got going on in here. So I got 2x4s lined up to get them off the ground, and I'll stack them 90 degrees apart all the way up. And I'll probably have 3, maybe 4 stacks Got my dehumidifier going in here. I set it to 45. Looks like it's down to 49. I got my AC going at 82, which it feels really cool in here, even though it's 82. And so 48% humidity, 82 degrees. Awesome. So I'm going to get my leaf blower out here, and I'll set these up on in and give them a quick blowout. I think there's a lot of bees in there, but I don't want a lot of bees getting in my apartment there and getting in the honey. Got smart, brought a hive tool with me this time. I usually run in and grab a screwdriver. Okay, we got honey down here in the trailer, so I'll have to pull this away from the door. I'm going to cool off and then try and get down and do one more load. So I'll show you these stacked up in here. I'm going to need, so that's 1 of 5. I'm not going to have enough space. I'm going to have to make another row, get some more 2x4s and come this direction, or make me another row there. Yeah, got some bees in here flying around, so they just come in the door when I carry them things in. All right, we'll sit down here, drink some cold water, cool off, put on my ice vest, and try and do one more load. Okay, it's been about a half hour. Cooled off, drink some ice water, and these bees got that honey pretty well cleaned up. So I pulled it down here away from the entrance over there. So I'm not going to wear my ice vest. I'm going to hit the ones in the shade and do one more load and see how I feel after that. So let's get over there. Hey Dave, here's your inner cover. So now, since I don't have all this robbing frenzy going on here, I did put a space right there, and there are a few bees coming out of there. Insulated inner cover. Dave Rowden made this for me from Arkansas. Works good. Don't look like they've worked on this super though. No. Well, there's 2 on here. Probably leave this for a fall flow. I'm gonna go ahead and just gonna move it aside. Let's see what this other one looks like. Yeah, this one's full. Yeah, so leaving a little gap there does help. You see the bees coming out of there. Used to, I'd always have a few bees left in the top that didn't leave. They were just kind of drunk and lethargic, so that's helping them get out of there. Oh, that's full. This hive here, I ran out of supers, so I put it deep, and it's got quite a bit in it, but it's not completely full. I'm fighting a mad swarm of bees this time. It's going to go way faster. And I forgot my hive tool. So I decided to stack them 10 high in here. So that give me 30. One more stack of 40 will get it done. One I'm leaving out there, so that'll be 39 so far. We'll sit down and rest a bit. Okay, it's 90 degrees out right now. It's 11:15 a.m. and I'm gonna go get that one more load that's in the shade, and then I'm gonna quit for the day, and maybe I can finish off. It'll be 2 more loads out in the sun, so I'll wait till the sun gets over behind the trees to do that. So I got my ice vest out, and if you haven't tried one of these, they're really good. I'll put a link to this down in the comments and in the description. But it's got ice cubes all right here, and in the front and the back. You can take these out and put them in the freezer. I just throw the whole vest in the freezer. So I'm going to do this and use this, and I'll throw it back in the freezer and I'll use it this evening. So these are pretty good. It's called a Flexi Freeze. Try to get my mic out of there. It's a little chilly, and it's Velcro in the front. And you adjust the strings on the side for your bigness. And man, that feels so good. Put that right there. And yeah, I'll wear this under my bee jacket, and I'll get those last ones. And should be good. 90 degrees out. This will last about 45 minutes till they're all melted on a really hot day. And it should be frozen by this afternoon. So I'm gonna get down there and time lapse those last 8 boxes, which one's a deep, and get them stacked in here. Let's get going. Hive 99 has finally done something. Formerly known as Hive 13. This deep, I'd say it's probably 80–90% full. They're not drawn out real thick, but they all got something in them. Can probably go around the corner and grab 2 more. I think I'll run around there and put that fume board on one. Oh man, it is too hot. Cannot continue. I was thinking there when I was working in the shade, man, I could keep going, but yeah, once I got out in the sun, no way. No way. Oh man, it is too hot. I was starting to get a little lightheaded there doing that last unload. But yeah, I think I got 12 left out there to get on that last row out in the sun. Maybe I can get those this evening. So I've got 10, 26, and a deep right now, and 12 left. So, and I'll stack those right over here. Got 2 boards over here. And I got me a couple of fans from Walmart yesterday, and I have to say, I looked on Amazon to get me some box fans, and they were like $38, and they had like some cheapo ones for $32, and I thought, well, I'll look on Walmart, and these were $22 or $24, and they looked the same quality as those ones on Amazon, and they brought them to me that day. So I got a couple of them, Lasco little box fans. So I saw Mike Berry doing this, and I had other people suggest it as well last year, but I just didn't want to give up the money for a fan. So you set these on top and run them down through there, and with the dryer in here, that'll dry that honey down, dehydrate it a little bit. Need to do some tests and see where it comes in at, and make sure it's low enough humidity or moisture content. Got quite a few bees in here, so the bees will gather up on this window here. I'll open this up, this shade, and they'll all gather right in here, and then I shut it, open the door, and swoosh them, and then they fly right out the door. If it's daylight. If it's not daylight, that won't work. But anyway, I've got 2 of those fans, going to run those. I got a little fan here I'm going to get going too, so I'm going to get that set up and get these drying. Going to drink some water, take a break, and I might get those this evening, and if I can't get to them this evening, I will probably do them tomorrow in the morning or tomorrow evening. So to be continued. Okay, it's 7:45 in the evening. Temperature's 94 degrees, so it's a little hotter than it was when I stopped before, but we got all these hives that are now in the shade because this is the west, this direction, so it's sitting behind those trees. It actually feels a lot cooler than it did before. So got 12 more supers, gonna get in there, gonna time lapse that, and should be 2 trips and we'll be done with the harvest. This box here is empty. This was robbed out in this hive that failed that was like right here. So what I'll do is I'm just going to leave it on this hive right here for now. See if I can do this in one trip. They're angry. Imagine that. Take that, angry bees. Here's the one I've been looking for. It's the last one. And thank goodness it's lighter, because it's going on the top. Okay, we've got it all in here. So I wound up stacking 10 high here. These are 8 high and a deep, and this one's 10. So that's 10, 20, and 16 is 36. 36 supers and a deep. Okay, that's it. So that is the honey pull. So if anyone tells you beekeeping's not that big of a deal, not that hard work, you need to show them this, because I'm worn out, and I sweat off a few pounds today. So yeah, you got the count. So this year I'm going to do the contest again. I don't know who I'm going to have for giveaways. I just now sent the emails off to Hilco, Apamay, Saracel, and Hive Alive to see if they wanted to participate, and they all have in the past, except Apamay. They haven't. This is my first year with Apamay, so we'll see if they do anything, and if not, that's cool. So you can see I got my fans on here. I got 2 more of these, so I'm going to put one here and one on this big box, this tall one here. So tomorrow I will get down here and I will pull some frames, and I'll take some moisture content samples, get my hydrometer out, and check these out and see where they're at. Few frames are uncapped, and like I said before, I did the shake test and nothing came out of them. As hot and dry as it's been, I think they'll be fine. If not, we'll just dehydrate them down a little bit. So our humidity is at 47%. I turned the heat up so the air conditioner set on 86, because I don't want this honey to get cooled down, so just so it'll flow a little faster. And once I get it all extracted into buckets, I'll put it out in the garage area where it's even hotter, and that way for bottling it'll bottle real good. So if you want to enter the contest for the weight, you first must be subscribed to my channel, so do that first. Put in a comment below how many pounds that you think this will be, and I'll give away $100 cash, and so I'll do a $50 prize for whoever gets the closest, and then 2 $25 prizes for the second and third place, and then I'll do the giveaways with the codes and things that I get from my sponsors, and whatever they might send me, and I'll ship that out to you guys, whoever wins. So get your comments down below, and I will never ask you for money. So if someone contacts you and says you won, and to send money to ship you something, that's not me. So beware of the scammers on this. 2 years ago, the scammers got in here and some people actually sent money to them to ship. So be careful and don't be one of those folks and get scammed like that. I will ask you for your email address, and then I'll send you an email to get your shipping information, or I will send you the approach code, the secret code that only you would know, that you can answer back to me, and that way we'll know who's who. All right, that's it. Give me a thumbs up, and you think this will be a record? I think it's going to be a new record. I think our old record is just over 800 pounds, like 830. I bet we're going to go over 900 this year. I'm just guessing, but we shall see. So again, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and get your comments down below, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video, which will be extracting, and you'll see how much all this weighs. Y'all take care.